Well, what is it? Is there a housing crash coming rest of 2023 and 2024? Or is there no housing crash? If you are like most, the media has confused you, or they've put out some bad information, or they've misinterpreted the data that the experts put out. You probably also watching a lot of negative YouTube channels, or what we call YouTube channels, that say things and present things because they want views to earn advertising money. In this video, I'm going to talk about 2 or 3 reasons why there is no imminent housing crash in the rest of 2023 and 2024. So let's jump right into it. Yes, it's a fact that in the last 10 to 11 years, in the first time in history, prices have gone up and up and up and up and up for the last 10 to 12 years. Never happened before. It's also true that the rates more than doubled in 2021 from 3 to 6%, first time in history in less than 18 months. It's also true the inflation is very high. It's about 8% right now. So which may seem or which may indicate there's a housing crash coming. But those are not the numbers that brings housing crashes down. What are the numbers that brings housing market to its knees? Well, if you go back, let's go back in 2006, 2007, 2008, and just see what happened, why there was a housing crash, and look at the numbers currently, why there is not going to be a housing crash. In 2008, there was very high unemployment. A lot of people did not have any equity in the homes. They refinance and refinance and refinance up to almost 100% of their value, which the lenders allowed they should not have. There was also an oversupply of homes. There were 13 months of supply of homes. That means if no homes came on the market, the current inventory nationwide, it would have taken them a year and 1 month to sell the house. And I'll show you what the current inventory is, which is way too low. So those are the conditions that caused the recession: unemployment, high or zero equity, and people just could not afford to buy homes. Right now, the numbers are opposite. Let's look at some numbers right now. To begin with, there is only a 2.9 months supply compared to 13 months of supply, which is good news because homes are selling out the door. Unemployment is very low. It's down to 3 or 4%. People are employed and there's a lot of money out there. I just saw a report yesterday that in USA, there are 3 million households that make over $150,000 a year, yet they are renting. And now, because the rents are so high and they keep going up and up and up, those people are coming in the market. For some reason, they're jumping now, and hopefully a lot of them will buy homes. So there's a demand for homes. So on one hand, we have a shortage of supply, and on the other hand, we have a demand to buy homes. The new builders cannot keep up with the homes. There's not enough homes being built to keep up with the demand of buyers who want to buy. There's people who made money in stocks and other businesses, so there's a lot of money coming. One of the biggest reasons why people keep buying homes right now and the number of homes keep increasing on selling and selling as they come on the market is because there's a lot of inheritance money coming in. The baby boomers bought stocks, bought homes, and they become frugal for the last 30, 40 years, including myself. So the baby boomers had a lot of money and they're giving money to their kids and grandkids and nephews and families. So all that money is pouring in. But here is the key reasons I want to talk about why there is not going to be a recession, at least in the next 6 months or the next year or so. So let's look at those numbers. Let's talk about America's home equity. So when does a house go to a foreclosure? So let's say I bought a house for $1 million and I refinance it, so I don't have a lot of equity. So if I want to sell it, I have a loan to pay off. So let's say the market crashed and my $1 million home is now worth $850. And because I refinance up to $850, I have no equity. And if I lose a job, I cannot make payments. If I cannot make payments, the bank are going to come. Well, I'm going to say the greedy banks are going to come running and foreclose on the house. That's how the foreclosure works. But here's the scenario right now. Let's look at the numbers. Right now, there's a lot of equity. Here's a chart. In the chart, it says that 39% of all the American homes own their home free and clear. Yes, free and clear. 29% of all the homeowners have mortgaged their homes with more than 50% equity. So almost 29% of all the homeowners have more than 50% equity. And thanks to the rising prices, that has really helped because the prices have gone up in the last, let's say 10 years, more than doubled for many of us. Those who just bought 2 or 3 years ago, their prices are up 10, 20, 30%, depending on when they bought and where they bought. So this equity is really helping. Furthermore, 32% of all the mortgage homes have less than 50% equity, but still there's a lot of equity. So in this scenario, let's say I bought the house 7 years ago for $700,000 and now it's worth $1 million, which is true in Orange County because the home that sold for $750 to $800 about 4 or 5 years ago are selling for $1 million or more. Prices have gone up 30-40% in the last 4 or 5 years, or in the total 4 or 5 years in Orange County. So if I bought a house for $700,000 or $750 and my equity is $1 million, I lose my job. I did not refinance. So if I don't work for a year and don't make payments for a year and the banks come running to me and say, I'm going to foreclose your home, I can still sell that house. Let's say I sell it for $950 because it's in bad condition, or I did not take care of it because I did not have any money, and I sell for $950 instead of $1 million, and I haven't made the bank a payment for a year. So if I have to pay the bank $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 back payments, and if I sell the home for $950, my equity is $750, I still have a $200,000 equity in the house. So after paying the back payments and after getting a lower price, I still break even and walk out the door without a foreclosure. So equity is a big thing. Foreclosures happen when there's no equity, but right now there's tons and tons and tons of equity. And for that reason, until the prices drop significantly, and because of the shortage of homes, prices are not going to drop, and they're not dropping. There's bidding wars going on as we speak. Nationwide, there's bidding wars going on, so the prices are inching up, inching up, inching up. In most of the states, most of the cities, of course, there's counties and some areas where the prices have dropped. Like Austin, the prices have dropped quite a bit. And some places like in Tennessee, prices have gone up by 20%. San Francisco Bay has gone up by 20%. Anaheim area where I live, the prices have gone up in the last year. So because of still prices rising, because of unemployment very low, because of high equity, don't seem to be any recession coming. Unless something changes drastically, let's keep an eye on what's happening on the commercial sector, because a lot of the commercial properties, especially the office buildings, are vacant. A lot of the malls are vacant. So there is some movement, there is some downward trend in the commercial sector, but nothing's happening in the residential sector.